It's time for another bikepacking trip. And, well, hold. She ain't ready. She actually looked kind of naked. So we're gonna do that thing again, where I get the bike ready to go and tell you what I'm putting on it, tell you what I'm taking, tell you a little bit about the trip. This time I'm gonna be solo, and the setup is a little bit different than last time. So if you're like, oh, we've already seen this video, stay tuned, because I am changing the setup slightly different for this trip, because this trip is a little bit different. It's another test run trip that I want to make sure things are dialed and similar to how I will be set up for the bigger bikepacking trip that I have not told you about at the end of the month. Let's get into it. It's another one of those trips where, like, decided last minute I'm going to do it, and well, last minute packing for it. First things first, I am running my road wheels, but I did change out the tires to the Continental Terrace Speeds 45s. 45s because they won't do 50s for whatever reason. But, so these are the tires I am running for this big trip coming up. And why I'm running them for this trip is because this trip has gravel terrain that is similar to what I'm going to be running on my big trip. So I want to A, break into the new tires, B, get a feel for it on similar ground, and just see how it does. Lots to do on this bike right now. I'm in no time crunch, but I would like to get out there for this trip, which I'm going to tell you about, and not leave at 5 o'clock at night. First and foremost, I am going to put the TT bars on, so let's go ahead and get some TT bars on. And if the quality of the audio is terrible, I am sorry, because I don't have the little microphones on me. I'm just running off the hot shoe mic, which is on the camera. The last video that I did of this setting up the bike for bikepacking actually did really well. So if you guys don't like this one, I'll stop making them. I'll go back to telling you what I did afterwards or something, but I figured, why the heck not, right? Right. I also did get a new aero bridge, and I will show you what I have going on with this cockpit, because it's pretty freaking wild. Somebody has asked, or multiple people have asked, about these aero bars, and more importantly, if I'm running spacers or not. And I am running spacers on this setup. I am running 50 mil risers, and the reason for that is because when I used to race triathlon, I had like an older kind of setup. Not really older in the terms of positioning. So the TT bars were very low, they were very flat, there was no angle, there was no rise, no nothing. Spending enough time on that, how I would want another TT setup. So this one has risers, has angles, has all the things that I wanted on the last one that I never had. And I also do get asked quite a bit what the aero bars I am running are. When I did release the video on this bike, I told you guys all that, but I will mention it again. The aero bars are the Profile Design Supersonic Ergo 35s, and then the scoops are the Tri-Rigs. I think they're like medium or something like that. So I took off the Profile Design scoops because they're just your typical little tiny uncomfortable scoop, and replaced it with a Tri-Rig scoop, which is way more comfortable. Now, I don't have any specific way of knowing if I'm ever in the right spot, but just kind of eyeball it. Kind of feel it. It'll probably change again. Like, that's way too high. Like a little bit of an angle. When I first was running these, I was running them pretty tilted up, and now I've got it a little bit more standard. I think that feels pretty good right there. Move your big head out of the way so we can see what you're doing. TT bars are on. I have a new set of aero bridges to install. The aero bridges are just a piece that goes across the TT bars, which holds your bike computer, your phone, whatever you want mounted. So now I have 3 of them. One right here, which holds my phone. I'm gonna put this one up towards the top, which is gonna hold the Coros bike computer, and then my third one now holds the camera. Probably should have looked to make sure it looked good, but we don't got time for that. And the reason why I'm running a third one is because this one right here, if I put the bike computer there, I don't really have any room to hold onto or shift. So just putting a third one on gives me a better option of where to put the computer. Essentially, I need a bridge for everything that I have. Also, the other benefit to having aero bridges, it makes it all one piece. Other than the risers and the bolts, it's all one piece. So you don't gotta worry about your position changing or anything else moving. It just keeps it all nice and tight. So we literally just have those two clips that snap on. And there's definitely not as much climbing on this trip as the last one, which is nice. So I might actually use these a little more. Even on the super climbing trips, I feel that couple minutes that you actually get to use these it's super comfortable after you've been on your wrists for hours in the hoods or the drops. And y'all are probably like, well, what does this have to do with bike packing? This is my bike packing setup. That's what this video is. How I set up my bike for whatever bike packing trip I'm doing. And that involves adding new accessories and letting you know what new things I am adding. Like that. So now I got the new bridge installed. The computer mount I use for the Dura is just this little flat piece. If you watched the last bike packing video, you will know I had issues with the bike computer last time. Not bike computer, but the mount. The rubber bands had broke. That was because I was running old rubber bands. I ordered new rubber bands, a new mount, so it's all brand freaking new. And that's one of the things I am updating from the last trip that I learned was it was time for new rubber bands and a new mount so that this is not an issue come the big bike packing trips. And that's what you do on these trips. You learn things, come home, adjust, or buy new crap. That is bike packing. Also make sure when you're putting your mount on that you put it the right way. Otherwise your bike computer will be sideways. How many times have I done that? One too many. That's why I'm telling you. There we go, bike computer. I like to just make sure it still works how I want it. I think that's gonna be just fine. Now that that's installed, it's time for the frame bag. It's a process. All right, so I almost have the bag installed. About done with the lacing. If you're wondering why I went with the lace on the top over like just some straps, two reasons. One, I have a top tube bag. I didn't know if the straps were gonna line up. Number two, the lacing is actually more secure. I have had issues in the past with bags and Velcro straps. They stop working at some point. So that's why I went with the lacing. I do like the look of it as well, obviously. I think it looks pretty dang good. That's kind of really why. And then honestly, it just holds it better. I mean, you know, instead of having a bunch of straps that could come loose or whatever, this whole bag is held down by literally the lacing, 4 bolts, and 1 strap up here. And yes, unfortunately, the downside to the lacing is it takes a heck of a lot longer to install. It's not quick at all. You've seen the stuff I ride. I think I would rather have security of things not moving around versus some quick straps, honestly. I've got one fun tip for you though. So when you put the lacing through the little cap, it's like a button, you press it down and then the lacing goes through. Mine are a little bit short and can be sometimes a pain, so I take a little Allen wrench and just cram it through the back side so that they pop through. This right here. Yeah, that little thing. So when I'm putting them through, this is, I cram just an Allen wrench to push the string through. So I made one mistake. This is my tire pump, the one that I keep mounted on the other side of the bike, I forgot to install it. So luckily for me, I did have this bag custom made with some daisy chains at the top, and I never utilized that space because I actually forgot about it. So I'm just gonna use the daisy chains with one little strap and strap the pump up to the top. So that way I still have all the storage below, still have my pump, and it's not in the way, as you can see. So now the pump is just strapped up top. I still have all the storage I need down here. Like I can still get my hand in there, it's not in the way. Maybe that's the new way I actually do it going forward, I'm not sure. That's kind of cool, I like that. I had those installed for a reason, so. All right, we got that on, Time for some bags. Time for some bags, if I can find them. Tail fin, aero bag, again, the original, not the new bag that they just made. This little clippy mount there. Locked in. So we're doing the aero bag again. I'm also running the restrap aero bag that goes under here that I showed you last time, but I learned some things on the last trip. One, I had some chafing issues with it rubbing on the light, and two, the straps that it came with were not so great. So first off, I duct taped right there where it had chafing issues and kind of rubbed it raw, so that's a little bit more protected. And then everybody's favorite, my favorite, ski straps. So I got 4 mini ski straps to now mount it on the aero bars versus their quick straps. I think this is gonna hold it a lot better. Wasn't like I had a whole lot of issues, but on the last day on the bikepacking trip, the straps were definitely not holding as tight as I needed. So I bought these and they definitely work a heck of a lot better. So the trip this weekend I'm doing is just a overnighter. Nothing crazy like last time. I'm gonna go down to Susanville, which is like an hour from here in California. They have a trail called the Biz Johnson Trail. Now the Biz Johnson Trail is an old rail trail, so it's basically a off-road rec trail. Just super nice dirt, gravel. It goes 25 miles up north towards a lake called Lake Almanor. So the plan I routed out was to start in Susanville, take the Biz Trail, hence why I have skinny little gravel tires, take the Biz Trail and then ride up to Lake Almanor, kind of do like a little bit of Lake Almanor and then cut back into the woods where there's some other little lakes and things. So not a crazy one. I am trying to go for a lighter setup this time. I am trying to mimic as close to a setup I will run on a trip I have coming up here in a few weeks. Breaking in tires, all those fun things. I think the first day is only like 50 or 60 miles, and then like with a return about the same or less. The first day only has about 4,000 or 5,000 feet of climbing. The second day is pretty much all downhill, like 800 feet of climbing or maybe 1,000. So it should not be too strenuous. Mark my words, that is never know with me. But it should be a good little tester trip. Okay, so now we have the ski straps. They just hold better. Like, I don't have to worry about this bag bobbling around as much. Bags are installed. What am I taking? Still don't know. Let's figure that out. Okay, this trip's supposed to be a lot warmer than the last one I did. So no big heavy minus 15 degree bag. I bought a new sleeping bag. I am beyond thrilled. Yeah, this is the Sea to Summit, what do they call it, Spark? I think it's the Sea to Summit Spark. Oh yeah, this is the Sea to Summit Spark 45 degree. super, super tiny. This is a 3-liter bag, I believe, and it packs down into it. So my whole sleep system is gonna go up front. I mean, my whole sleep system. So this is the newest edition. I just wanted a really lightweight bag. Now that it's warm enough, it was not cheap. I did get it on a Labor Day sale, but they are stupid expensive, but it packs down so small. It feels like it's really nice, so I'm excited to try this out. Next up, Nemo Filio Elite Luxury, my pillow. Took this, I've been using this for a while now on all kinds of different things. This pillow is just amazing. The fact that it packs down super small, even better. Sometimes. I mean, that's pretty dang small if you're gonna take a pillow and be comfortable. Now I said the whole sleep system is going in this bag. I am trying something new, and this may or may not be good. It's a very all over the place subject. Some people love them, some people hate them. Good and bad, I don't know. I am willing to try. So I am taking a bivy. I am gonna try out a bivy. This is the Outdoor Research Helium Bivy. And what is so great about a bivy? Well, let's be honest, it can fit in there. It can fit in anything. It does not weigh anything. And compared to it's got some poles to keep it off your face. So here's my tent, poles, tent. This is what I took last time. And this is a bivy. Obviously this is more comfortable, more room, better if you're gonna hang out in, way better if you get caught in some crap weather. Lightweight, packable. We're trying this trip. And you don't need to, but the new version of this bivy does have mounts for stakes. So I'm taking 4 stakes. This has me so excited. You have no idea. This is an entire sleep system. I told you I was gonna figure out a way to go lightweight. Now, for the trip I have coming up, I won't really need a sleep system, but I will take one as a just in case. And let me tell you, that feels good as a just in case, that it is so small that it fits in a 7-liter bag, no issues. 7-liter bag, my sleep system. Hold. Here's what we're talking about here. Comfort of a tent. My whole sleep system. Tent, sleep system. Look how much bigger this is. Yeah. I am gonna give up some comfort just because this gets me excited. So then this bag just slides on in here. Just like so. Slides on up, inside. And that was the thing, like, I got a lot into this bag last time, but it was definitely overstuffed. This time, not only do I have my whole sleep system in there, but it's not stuffed. Like, there's still plenty of room to add anything I needed to in this bag. And being that it's not so overstuffed this time, it just keeps the weight, you know, instead of like hanging out here, it's keeping it all the way back. So I think that's incredible. So we got sleep system, check. I knew that was too good to be true. Alpkit Cloud Base, my sleeping mat. It's still gotta go in there. Hold. You know how like repacking things several times on a trip sometimes helps you pack it better? That's what that was. So, just to recap, I took the sleeping mat, kind of laid it straight in. Then I took the sleeping bag, stuffed it in, took the pillow, stuffed it on top of the sleeping mat against the sleeping bag, and then took the bivy, kind of stuffed the bivy partly above the sleeping mat and just against the rest of everything else. Took the poles, slid them to the left, and stakes are at the front, leaving me with a pretty lightweight, compact sleeping system. Full sleeping system, just the tent. This is just the tent, not even the poles. Tent, full sleeping system. So before, I'd be taking this, plus the sleeping mat, plus the poles, the pillow. Now, everything is this size. And again, I know it's, some people love bivvies, some people hate them. I've never tried it. We're gonna try it this weekend. I might hate it, and this might be the most ridiculous thing and just stupid, but I am willing to sacrifice. The only time I've been using the tent is to sleep at night. So yes, while it's comfortable and spacious and it's nice to change in and whatever, and if there's weather, for what I've been doing, this might be the key. I mean, in my opinion, that is incredible that I have my whole sleep system there. I am thrilled with that. Okay, what else are we taking? We, me, you, everybody, let's go. Okay, so what am I taking with me on this trip? Well, real quick, bags I'm running, because it doesn't matter if I put out a video or not. People are always gonna ask. Rear bag, tail fin, 22 liter, original aero bag. Frame bag, custom made by Rogue Panda. It's got a top storage, a storage in the bottom for my 3-liter bladder of fluids, and a little zipper pocket on the other side. And then the aero bag underneath the aero bars, which is from Restrap. It is their race aero bag, 7 liters. So that's what we're running. What are we taking? Start with clothes. Per usual, 1 pair of lightweight pants, a t-shirt, just a really comfy t-shirt, which I can wear at camp or on the bike. Patagucci puffy jacket with a hood. I am taking a packable rain jacket just in case, because we got some crazy weather yesterday. Waterproof gloves. They're thermal, they're super warm, so they just work really good if you need to wear them under your riding gloves. Keep your fingers warm or too warm. Arm warmers, which also serves as additional warmth if I need it. A beanie for sleeping. I like to put it over my eyes, and then I can sleep really good, not have to worry about light. I always take a pair of merino wool socks, which are just warm for camp and also can serve as a fresh pair of socks to ride throughout the day if it's not too warm. And my packable towel. I know, it's a lot, but it's pared down from what it used to be. And then this will live in the rear. Now, one thing my buddy Dummett did on our last trip, if you watch that video, I caught on to, he had everything super organized, and last time I pretty much ran like all my food and kitchen supplies just in this bag by itself, which was a pain in the butt to find what I needed. So my buddy Dummett did this, I caught on to it, and I'm doing it. So this is dinner and breakfast right here. For dinner and breakfast, dinners, I've got 2 bags of ramen and a chicken packet to mix in with it, 2 things of tea morning and night, and then just some little bagel rounds and peanut butter. And then I have some just recovery mix in there. So this is gonna be dinner and breakfast, and my sporks in there. Toiletries, so in this I have a soap that acts as body wash, dish soap, and all the things. I've got my little mini sponge. I've got a toothbrush, some Neosporin, earplugs, deodorant, and body wipes. Tomorrow's snacks. So this is all my ride nutrition for tomorrow. All today's nutrition will be in the frame bag, top tube bag, things like that, but this is for tomorrow, so it's separated. And then the only other things that are gonna go in there is 1 can of gas. I am not taking 2 this time, 1 small can of gas. If it fails, it fails, so be it. I'll eat hard ramen. My packable cup, it might be time to find a lighter one. Packable cup, and then I have pocket rocket stove, a lighter, inside of my titanium pot, and that's it. That's all that's going back there. Dwindling things down. Can of gas actually fits inside with the stove, lighter, everything right there, kitchen. This is probably the smallest my rear tail fin bag has ever been packed, because normally it's bulging. Now, they are on my feet, so sandals are going this trip. So that is the rear packed, ready to go. Okay, and then all that's really left is just some things for inside. Water filtration, Leatherman, chain lube, glasses wipes, hand sanitizer, and a headlamp. Snacks, chapstick, tire plug, extra plugs. Okay, and then tools. So I have got 2 TPU plugs. I've got some tire levers, valve core remover. We've got electric pump, multi-tool. And then I'll also take chain lube and some extra valves, the nut for the tail fin. And the last things that I'll throw in last minute is my 3-liter bladder of water. Pretty much that's it. That is my new setup that I'm trying out. Super lightweight, got everything I need. Should be a lot better than it was last time. A little bit quicker to move. I did add a couple things. So I will be running my hydro vest with 2 liters of water. I'm probably not gonna put a full 3 liters in. I'm probably only gonna do 1.5 liters or 2 in the frame. But then I also added this. Got a bottle on the back now. I gotta find the strap for it. But I got a bottle in the back, so that'll be like just extra water, food water. Here's the cockpit. We got GoPro, Coros Dura, and this is where my phone will go. Those are the new ski straps. Here's what we're dealing with the light. That's everything. Okay, now I get to take it all apart because, well, it's got to go on the back of a truck, and I got to drive there and then put it back together. And there you have it. This is my setup for this weekend. A little bit different than the last trip, and a lot lighter than the last trip too. I think it came out pretty good. Let me know if you guys got any questions, what you think. So, quick rundown. Running 50 deep dish wheels paired to Continental Terrace Speeds 45s. Got race restrap aero bag attached to the TT bars up here with my full sleep system. In the rear, I've got the Tailfin Aero Pack original with my sandals and my clothes and food and everything back there, 22 liters. Additional water in the back, and the Rogue Panda frame bag, which is gonna house all my snacks and goodies. And then I have a 3-liter water bladder that will go in there. I'm pretty stoked. All of these trips, basically, you learn something. And I'm still new to bikepacking, and I'm learning things and figuring out different setups that I like and what I want to change each trip. And the last one, that bike was so heavy that I was just like, what can I do to pare things down? So obviously the new sleep system helped. Obviously packing the food into individual bags and stuff like that kind of makes storage a little bit easier. Just learning all these little things. But this is a little bit heavier version of what I'm probably going to run on the trip coming up, but a similar version of what I'm going to be running for a trip in July. Just meatier tires, because let's be honest, 45s ain't going to cut it. That's it. That's all I got. Now I got to go buy some more nutrition, get on the road, drive an hour, get to Susanville, and go bike packing. Like, comment, subscribe, all those fun things, and we'll do it again soon.